sexual problems in the bedroom. This is a very, very serious topic. It's a taboo, but this is the sweetest taboo that Sade talks about, sings about. God gave us this gift of human sexuality for men and women to enjoy themselves. Sometimes you don't have to use your hands in your massage. Just use the tongue on her back. Just go like that.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Real Conversations with Nkone Maringa. I am Nkone Maringa from Embrac'n Touch, Wellness and Spa. Today, we're going to talk about real issues experienced in marriages. To be exact, scars in the bedroom. I have with me a very special guest who's going to unpack all the other questions and things that we've been thinking about and yet not talking about them. Scars in the bedroom with Dr. Tony Mphahlele. Without any waste of time or, taking away his spotlight, I would like him to introduce himself. Dr. Mphahlele.
Oh, thank you so much. And let me just say good morning. Oh, no, it's good day. Good day to everyone who's watching the show. Yeah, this is Dr. Tony Mphahlele, originally from Wheatbank, and moved into the orchards in Pretoria North 10 years ago. And I'm here doing a lot of things. Obviously, I'm a specialist counselor, registered with the Council for Counselors of South Africa. And I'm going to introduce a few of my specializations, starting with psychoactive substance abuse and addiction, and then trauma debriefing, and then talking about marital problems as well, and sexual problems in the bedroom. This is a very, very serious topic. It's a taboo, but this is the sweetest taboo that Sade talks about, sings about. And then apart from that, I also do life coaching in general, and I also go to schools motivating our youngsters to have a clear perspectives on life, because most of our children have lost ways. Now I just go there, give them a coaching, and recalibrate their perspectives on the significance of education and life itself. Thank you.
Dr. Mphahlele, I just love what you've said. A lot of us, especially Christians, we we shy away from talking about the issues such as sexual issues, and yet we've been given a platform through marriage by God to actually be able to um, be open about it, talk to your spouse about it, and let your spouse know when they do this to you, what happens to your body, and yet is the most um, avoided topic within the bedroom. Why do you think couples avoid speaking about sexual issues?
Oh, yeah. As I've said, that, human sexuality is basically a taboo, more especially in our African culture. I like the way Sade Adu in a song calls it the sweetest taboo, which means a taboo is just anything that you try to engage in because because of its sensitivity. But now, when it comes to couples, married couples, the avoidance stems from the issue that, they are shy. They are shy to discuss this topic. The perspectives is different when they just go into the bedroom. I'm talking about, uh, out of the sheets and between the sheets. The difference is quite amazing. Now, a lot of people, ignore or turn their back on the importance of human sexuality. I like the way you put it, spiritualizing the whole thing. This thing of human sexuality is actually a God's gift given to human beings. God gave us this gift of human sexuality for men and women to enjoy themselves. But now the problem is this enjoyment has some psychological restrictions. You find that when people engage, married couples engage in the bedroom, it's all about physical touch, making love to the woman or to the man instead of making love to the soul first. You need to touch the soul before you touch the body so that the whole personality can be engaged. This is the way it's supposed to be. But now people, we don't want that. People need to call a spade, not a working tool. I like the way I put it. Say, people should learn to call a wheelbarrow, not a wheelchair. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like if I come to you and say, you are in the kitchen, you're cooking for me. If I feel like kissing your navel, behind your neck, I should do that. There are no obstacles psychologically. If I want to touch you in the bed, in the kitchen, I have to touch you, more especially when the kids are not around. Then I can show you miracles. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, people, married people shy away from that. This is the reason why prostitution is booming. Because a lot of things are happening there. I am not promoting prostitution. I'm just giving you a relevant example. Thank you.
So, doctor, I just realized that what you've said it actually could be, and you'll correct me. Could it be that is why we have scars in the bedroom? Scars, we don't talk about them, and scars not because you've been raped. Yes, there are moments where you have been raped, but could it be that because of the unsatisfaction, now you end up with that scar, and
Yes.
then it pushes you to go outside, whether being a man or a woman. And that's where lust and fornication come into play. Please elaborate that for us.
Yeah. And it's simple as that. If you don't feed your dog in your yard, I'm telling you, it will go to the neighbor's house, depending on the gate, whether it's open. It will leave. Even your kids, if you don't feed them, they will spend most of their time next door or in the street trying to find fulfillment. Now, in the context of the sexual scars in the bedroom, is that if a man or the soulmate, the husband, doesn't sexually satisfy his soulmate, this is a recipe for a disaster because things like promiscuity, which means that the woman or the man will go out to seek external satisfaction, and then cheating and lack of interest in sex, they come in, they play a role in these things. So in order to avoid the sexual scars in the bedroom, either husband or wife need to be more familiar and more well versed in sexual matters. Otherwise, there's going to be serious problems. Did you know that a kiss is healthy to you, sister? I'm telling you. Did you know that lovemaking is healthy? Yeah, to married couples. Of course, we do not say our children should engage in this. There's time for everything, according to Ecclesiastes.
Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah, there's time for it. Yeah, because we don't want our kids to get into this sweetest taboo and end up having early teen pregnancy. But sexuality, human sexuality, is very important. It is a lubricant in a relationship. It lubricates the whole system to move smoothly. Otherwise, there's going to be disaster with a capital D. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, the capital D meaning divorce. And that's what the Bible say. God says actually, I hate divorce. And yet, a lot of couples go into marriage and they say things have changed. It's because of what you are hinting, that you need to kiss your woman at the back of the neck. You need to touch them at their butts while they are in the anytime.
Anytime.
But because when we enter into marriage, we no longer do those things. Hence, it opens that gate, the gate where the enemy comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring romance into your marriage to avoid scars in the bedroom. However, doctor, please tell us.
Yeah, you see, the problem is I love this house. It's big, beautiful, well furnished, swimming pool. Sometimes we look at those structures and we think that beyond the walls, everything is cool. Unfortunately, there's what I call a sex desert and a sex desert marriage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, sex desert marriage where everything is dry. Even if you make love to that person, the person is absent minded, nothing is going on. Sex desert. You know how desert tastes like? Imonati.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. Sex desert marriage. So a lot of married couples in beautiful houses, I know of a case. They sleep in separate rooms. You know, the kids are sleeping with their mother, the husband is sleeping there alone. In spite of the success, in spite of the financial success that they have achieved. And as I said, sexuality is a lubricant. It lubricates the whole marital relationship. If your marriage is devoid or lacks sex, I'm telling you, it's a recipe for disaster. Someone will go out of the yard and tell you, I am going to the bar to have a nice glass of red wine, then I'll be back. You know what happens when he gets to the bar? There are ladies there, beautiful and sexy ladies. And there is an animal that we call temptation. It will capture either the man or the woman, and things will just go out of the whole system. So it's very, very important to be, sexually connected to your soulmate. Because the problem is some married couples have this annoying tendency of behaving like what John Pope John in the bedroom. Omunye o ka re ke sister and none ya ko Roma. No touches, no what. No, we don't want. If you go into the bedroom and then I am your husband, we need to get wild, baby.
Yeah, I hear. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, doctor just reminded me of my husband. When I got married to him, I remember the first thing he said, baby, in this bedroom, there's only natural outfit. So just know that for a lifetime, only natural suit is allowed in our bedroom. So a lot of people go into their bedroom and they wear their tracksuit pants. They don't even have the nicest lingerie. They put it aside and they got it on their wedding day as a gift since they've seen it there. Doctor, would you say that is the reason why you'll find that a woman says or a man says, it's been a while since my husband touched me. It's been months my husband touched me. It's been months since my husband kissed me. What could be the cause behind that?
Yeah, the cause obviously is what I mentioned a while ago, the sex desert relationship, where the other soulmate ignores the other soulmate. You don't have to ignore your soulmate. The most important thing is that the person that you have married should be a first priority in your life. Even when you are at work, you know, doing your duties, performing there should be a moment, and say, tonight is the night. When I knock off, I'm going to do one.
Are you talking about sending him a message or her?
Of course, you have to send the messages and simple things like, after work, you buy the woman a rose or maybe a bar of chocolate. I'm talking about lint.
Lint is the way to go.
Course, you buy those things. Just keep every day if you can manage financially. When you arrive at home, you are happy. You are looking forward to see your soulmate. Just that expectation. And obviously, when you do those things, showing that you care about him. Wow. Everything is number one. Do you still remember that song called I Care About You? Girl, I care about you. I'll never find somebody else. Just like that. Care about your person. Motho wa gago.
Motho wa gago, ka Sepedi ba re mogakatša ditho tša ka. Meaning, when that person see you, obviously the body temperature rises. That's why they call it mogakatša ditho tša ka. And God has given us the liberty, doctor, of actually engaging freely in the bedroom with our husbands. And yet, people think that the white gown is the marriage. And you speak about enticing the whole day. You speak about that rare phone call. Do you think most cars initiate because those things are in lack?
No, sometimes, there's what we call oxytocin. That is, attachment hormone in us. You want to be attached to. So if you don't do those things, the oxytocin tends to go down. But now we need to. You mentioned something very important about lingerie. You have to buy those things as well. If maybe the woman loves being taken to holidays, you have to take her there. In other words, you rekindle the relationship. And another important thing is biologically, other men or women tend to have, sexual incapability, things like erectile problems. The man can't get an erection. We call it an ED, or the woman goes through menopause. I like the word menopause because meno aposija saloma. So, so, so what happens is we have, urologists, we have specialists medically, we have sexologists that need to be consulted if we experience such problems. You don't actually sit at home with this problem, and then when you go to bed, you wear a peritrack suit, and then you face the other end. It's like East and West. It doesn't have to be like that, because apparently if you start looking on the other side and the woman is facing east, the love goes down.
Oh my gosh.
Your marriage suffers. So people need to take care of their relationship, sexually speaking, in all directions. That's how it's supposed to be.
So understanding you is also know your partner's love language. If you don't understand your partner's love language, you will not be able to actually react positively towards that love language. Doctor, some people say my husband never kisses me.
Yeah.
he's never kissed me. The last kiss I got was when we were getting married on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And now I no longer get to be kissed. What causes that?
Yeah, it's that is actually the cause of that is lack of interest. As a matter of fact, love is like a garden. You have to keep on taking out the weeds, watering it, do everything that will make the grass green, your flowers, water them. Now, if you start ignoring your marriage, or rather, you ignore human sexuality within your marriage situation, you are inviting problems. Like, you talked about kissing. Kissing is very important because when we kiss, we become one, we bond. You see, I was telling another guy that, sometimes when you get into the bedroom, you don't have to massage. I'm happy because you're also perhaps a massage. Yeah,
Special.
yeah, especially yeah. Sometimes you don't have to use your hands in your massage. Just use the tongue on her back. Just go like that,
Yeah.
all over the body. Your tongue, you know. Then the feeling will actually goes directly to the brain of the woman and convince her that I am being loved here. I'm not talking about doing it outside. I'm talking about doing it within the space of marriage. Mm.
Thank you.
It's all about love making.
Yes.
Yeah. Marriage alone doesn't go. It needs the gasoline,
Well.
the fuel.
Oh,
Sexuality
thank
is
you.
important.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay.
Sexuality seems to be playing a very big role in marriages. And then God said, first, he created man. And then after creating man, he gave him a job.
Yeah.
He said, go and name animals. He gave him a garden to go and plant. And then from there, he only then brought the helper, which is Eve. Most of the time, when the man loses a job or the woman loses a job, marriage seems to die. What could be the problem? What could be the issue behind that?
You see, sister, when it comes to that kind of a situation, it actually indicates directly that somebody was loving you conditionally. When you marry a woman, when you are married to a man, the whole thing has to be unconditional. We call it, it doesn't have to be a contract. Okay. I love you because you are a CEO, at a certain company. Then you lose your job. You'll just sleep in the garage. You're no longer going to sleep with me. Now, it doesn't have to be that way. You have to love a person, whether he's lost his job or whether he has lost his food or whether his genitalia, I'm talking about sexual organs, are no longer there.
Mm.
Love that person as God loves us. God loves us unconditionally.
Wow. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You want to hear more of that? Please join us on the 30th of August. Dr. Tony Mphahlele will be our guest, answering questions to all different women with different scars in the bedroom. Remember, the 30th August, embracing your scars, this time embracing your bedroom scars. 11 o'clock, book your space now. Lunch will be served. We start off with massages. After massages, hands-on facial. After that, we just have lunch. After we do meditation. After meditation, we start engaging.
Yes.
That's from me, Nkone Maringa, with Real Talks. Tackling real conversations with Dr. Tony Mphahlele. Doctor, last word from you. Thank you so much.
Okay, last word is is this: marriage is very, very important in the human species. So you need to make it work. If you fail to make your marriage work, don't just jump out of it and go for a divorce. There are professionals out there. I am here, Nkone Maringa. I deal with marital counseling. I am here talking about human sexuality. If you have a problem in the bedroom, you can come and talk to me. So when we're going to meet on the 30th, we're going to talk quite a lot about those things. This is just the tip of an iceberg. Make your marriage survive through human sexuality. May God bless you.
Stay blessed and looking forward to seeing you in future. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.